In this video, I am going to walk you through science and Google Classroom. So how are we going to use Google Classroom in our science class this year? For this video, I am using a previous year's Google Classroom as an example. So there may be some things that you see throughout this video that aren't necessarily going to be relevant to this year, but for the most part, it's going to show you just about anything that you could be looking for when looking for any assignments and resources that you might need. So let's start by looking at the stream page. I don't use it that much. It doesn't need to be checked frequently. I will post on it from time to time. So if you see that I made a post, check it out. But don't worry about keeping up to date with the stream page because I don't utilize it that much. Going to classwork, it's going to look like a lot because it's a whole year's worth of assignments. But typically the important stuff is going to always be kept at the top. So let's talk about the glossary. The EDS glossary, or depending on what unit we're on, you will always have the glossary given to you at the top. And these are definitions and key terms that are given to you. You will have to access this for every lesson. When I tell you to go fill in your key terms, you'll need to pull up this glossary document to find those definitions and write them into your physical packet that you'll be working on in class. So the glossary is always at the top for you. Another thing that we will go to frequently, during every lesson, is an assignment called the bubble map. And this is an assignment that you'll use for an entire unit. We do 3 full units in science, and so you'll have 3 bubble maps in total throughout the year. Again, it's going to rotate to the top when it's the one that we're working on, so that it's easily accessible because we work on it weekly. So that's always at the top for you. And then, of course, my slideshow of Newton. If you ever want to go look at pictures or videos of him, that's kept at the top for you as well. But now let's talk about where are assignments and where are other important things that I need to access. The way that I organize Google Classroom, as you can see here on the left, is I organize it first by unit. As you can see, it's the unit is EDS or EFM or WCS. So those are the 3 major units we learn about. But then you see that they say lesson 2, 3, 4, and so on. Those are the lessons or the different packets that we work on throughout that whole unit. So let's just say we're on the EFM unit learning lesson 7. You'll want to click to that unit or scroll to that topic in Google Classroom and find what it is that you're looking for. You'll find a lot of virtual packets posted. You don't typically have to use these virtual packets because you'll get the printed ones in class. But for example, if you're absent and you want to print it out from home and work on it, you could get it from Google Classroom and do that. Or you can look at it and then write your answers down on a piece of paper. You may also find video links. So if we're in class and I say, go to Google Classroom and find the Momentum video link and then answer the questions, this is where you can find a video link. Any other assignments that we do, this lesson specifically kind of has a lot. Here's some more video links. Here's actually a virtual lab. So I might say, go to Google Classroom and find the Energy Informs Google or virtual lab link, and you would go and you would click on the lab and you would do the assignment by using this link. Slideshows are really important to know that they're on here. So when I am showing you slides in class, at the end of the day, I will update the student slideshow so that if you were absent or if maybe you missed a slide throughout the day, you can go back and look at those slides and see what you missed. Keep in mind that I don't update the slides until the end of the day or the next day. So you can't go and look at the slides from that day as I'm teaching it. But it is there if you ever need to go back and look at any notes you missed or access any other video links, things like that. Another really important assignment on Google Classroom is going to be guided readings. You will have guided reading questions in your physical packet that you work on during class, but you need to access the readings on Google Classroom. They do get posted as an assignment. You can see the assignment symbol here. The only reason it's like that is because on Google Classroom, it makes you your own personal copy. So you could type on it if you wanted to. You could leave comments. You could highlight things that are important. So you can do any annotating or editing to guided readings. They don't need to be turned in on Google Classroom for a grade because the grade is going to be within the packet where you're actually writing the answers in. So that's one important thing too. And then, just like the quiz reviews or other things, just a virtual version of the packet that we work on in class. So if you lost it or you were absent and you need to look at something, you can go look at it. But again, you don't need to turn anything in. This is just if you need it. I think I pretty much touched on everything. There are other like assignments we might do throughout the year. If I do a quiz on Google Classroom, you would find that on here. If we did another like virtual assignment, a project, a slideshow, that would also be on Google Classroom. But for the most part, that's what you'll need to be looking for. And if you have any questions on where to find anything or how to use Google Classroom, just let me know.